Welcome to 1900, a year when the world stood on the brink of a new century, brimming with hope, innovation, and turmoil. It was a time of empires and explorers, of scientists and storytellers, all shaping a future they could scarcely imagine. From the bustling streets of Paris to the ancient sands of Crete, join us as we journey through 10 remarkable events that defined this pivotal moment in history. Together, we'll uncover the stories that set the stage for the modern world. In the heart of China, a storm was brewing. The Boxers, a secret society fueled by frustration over foreign influence, rose against the growing presence of Western powers and Japan. By May, their rebellion turned fierce, with missionaries and diplomats trapped as tensions boiled over in Beijing. The world held its breath as 8 nations, including Britain, France, and the United States, formed a rare alliance to restore order. It was a dramatic clash of cultures, a moment that revealed the fragile balance of power at the dawn of the century. While conflict raged in the East, a quieter revolution was stirring in the realm of science. In a small laboratory in the Netherlands, a forgotten treasure came to light. Gregor Mendel, an Austrian monk, had once studied pea plants, unlocking the secrets of how traits pass from parent to child. His work sat unnoticed for decades until, on March 14, 1900, botanist Hugo de Vries rediscovered it. Mendel's laws of inheritance sparked a scientific awakening, offering the first clues to the mysteries of genetics. It was a humble beginning for a discovery that would one day explain the very essence of life, from the hidden patterns of nature to the lost wonders of ancient worlds. On the rugged island of Crete, history was about to be rewritten. On March 16, 1900, archaeologist Arthur Evans began excavating Knossos, uncovering a palace that had slumbered beneath the earth for thousands of years. This was the heartbeat of the Minoan civilization, complete with vivid frescoes and tales of the Minotaur's labyrinth. As each stone was lifted, Evans brought an ancient world back to life, proving that myths could hold a kernel of truth. It was an adventure that captured the imagination of a new century. As the past emerged from the soil, the future was taking shape beneath the waves. Picture the ocean's surface, calm and unassuming. But on April 11, 1900, something extraordinary slipped beneath it. The U.S. Navy acquired the USS Holland, the first modern submarine, crafted by inventor John Philip Holland. This sleek machine could vanish into the depths, armed with torpedoes to strike unseen. It was a bold leap in technology, one that promised to transform naval warfare forever. The USS Holland wasn't just a vessel, it was a signal that the battles of tomorrow would be fought in ways no one had dreamed. Above the waves, the world gathered to celebrate the marvels of the present. In Paris, a grand spectacle unfolded. On April 15, 1900, the Exposition Universelle welcomed the world, a dazzling fair that showcased the triumphs of the industrial age. Visitors strolled beneath the Eiffel Tower, rode moving sidewalks, and watched the flicker of early films. Electric lights illuminated innovations from every nation, a symphony of human achievement. More than a display of gadgets, it was a bold declaration. The 20th century would be an era of connection and progress, uniting people in ways never seen before. But even as the world celebrated, shadows of rivalry were growing. In Germany, a decision reverberated across Europe. On June 12, 1900, the Reichstag passed the Navy Bill, doubling Germany's fleet to 38 battleships. Driven by Admiral Alfred von Tirpitz, this wasn't just about ships. It was a challenge to Britain's dominance of the seas. The move ignited a naval arms race, a tense standoff that hinted at the wars to come. In the halls of power, the air grew thick with ambition and unease as nations prepared for an uncertain future. While empires postured, a hidden gem of the past emerged in the east. Deep in the deserts of China, along the ancient Silk Road, a secret waited. On June 25, 1900, a Taoist monk uncovered a sealed cave in Dunhuang, revealing a trove of manuscripts, some over 1,000 years old. These fragile scrolls held Buddhist teachings, poetry, and records of a vibrant past. It was a time capsule of the Silk Road's golden age, a gift from history that whispered tales of faith and trade across centuries. This discovery wasn't just ink on paper, it was a bridge to a world long gone. From ancient wisdom to modern dreams, a new story was enchanting the West. In America, a whirlwind of imagination touched down. On May 17, 1900, L. Frank Baum released The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, a tale of Dorothy Gale, a girl swept from Kansas to a land of wonder. With ruby slippers and a yellow brick road, it spoke of courage, friendship, and home. Yet it also reflected a nation at a crossroads, caught between rural roots and industrial might. This wasn't just a book, it was a spark that would light up imaginations for generations. As fantasy took flight, science was confronting a very real enemy. In the humid streets of Cuba, death lurked in the air. Yellow fever had plagued humanity for centuries, striking without mercy. But on June 26, 1900, Dr. Walter Reed began a mission to unravel its secrets. Through bold experiments with Dr. Carlos Finley, they proved mosquitoes carried the disease, a revelation that shattered old myths. This breakthrough didn't just solve a mystery, it handed the world a weapon to save lives, paving the way for healthier cities and safer futures. It was science at its most heroic. While medicine forged ahead, politics set the stage for a new era. In Philadelphia, a nation's fate was being decided. On June 19, 1900, the Republican National Convention chose President William McKinley and Theodore Roosevelt as their ticket. McKinley offered stability, a steady hand in a booming economy. But Roosevelt, a dynamic, reform-driven force, brought a spark of change. Together, they won the election, though none foresaw how soon Roosevelt would take the helm, steering America into a bold new century. It was a moment of promise, charged with the energy of a world in motion. As we step back from 1900, we see a world alive with possibility and peril. From the unrest in China to the quiet caves of Dunhuang, from submarines to storybooks, these 10 moments wove a tapestry of a century's dawn. It was a time when humanity reached for the stars and stumbled over its own ambitions. The year 1900 planted seeds of progress and conflict that still shape our lives today. Thank you, time travelers, for joining us today. Your passion for 1900s tales fuels our journey. Now you tell us, what's your favorite moment from this week's Chronicles? How many of these events did you know? Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear. Hit like and subscribe to keep exploring history's pulse. Hit the bell to get notified for our next historical journey. Follow us on Instagram and step back into 1900 with us next time.